Spirit Whispers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is currently 5:21 a.m. I've been up since about 3:30. Sorry, I have this hangnail. Have you ever had a hangnail that just bugs the crap out of you? Anyway, I digress. I don't know. I don't even know where to begin in this intro because there's just so much to say. I will say this. We'll start with the lighthearted stuff first. We're going to be doing another reading on Nancy, and I'm hoping to get a lot more today, seeing how today is the 28th. And today marks 1 month. She was abducted, and we're not calling it a kidnapping anymore. They are now calling it an abduction. So she was abducted from her home February 1st, in the early mornings of February 1st. Today is the 28th of February, and still I feel like, and maybe it's because none of it makes sense to me, but I feel like we're not any closer than what we were on the first day of all this. So today I'm introducing to you guys, it is a new app called SPI, SPI. I'm really curious to see how it works. I have seen it being used. Of course, you know, I watch my paranormal investigations, and I've seen a couple of my favorites use this. And so I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. Why not? It's similar to the Spirit Talker, but then different in many ways. It's almost like texting with the spirits in a way, but I don't know. We'll see how it works, and we'll see how we like it. You know, it takes a minute to get used to new things, so I don't know. This might become another favorite tool that I use. So that's the tool we're going to be using with today's reading. I want to be focusing, and I'm just going to be I try to be very authentic and clairvoyant and all that with you all. This is my second take trying to do this video, so I will have to be re-protecting myself again. The cat wanted in, and then she wanted to make a ruckus, so whatever, I digress. So this is take 2. A lot of others that do creative content don't share that with how many takes it took them to get to where they are, but here we are. So I will be doing the protection of myself again. I am protected. With the Spirit Talker, I can turn the app on and it loads up the vocabulary in the library. I have fiddled with this after I uploaded it, and I mean, I guess I can upload it while we're talking. I'll do that here in a minute, but it's very different than the Spirit Talker. I'm not quite sure how it works. I have read a little bit about it, but we'll see. We'll learn it together. Again, like I said, I'm going to be focusing my energy on Nancy. I feel like every time I have done this, I think I've done a reading using the Spirit Talker twice while talking about Nancy. And I feel like every time I focus on her, we get more hints, we get more clues. So I don't know, maybe, you know, it's taken me a while to come to, and I don't feel comfortable. So even saying that would not be the correct way, but we have to be realistic. It's been 28 days, and there's been no sign, there's been nothing. So I do not feel that Nancy is in the physical world anymore. When I speak about her in the physical tense, I do not feel her energy. I feel it in the first initial reading that I felt her energy very strong. But every time I speak about her, I feel it less and less. So we'll see. But just speaking about her in common, I'm not feeling her energy when I say her name. I'm not feeling it. But again, we'll see. So, with that being said, I am protecting myself, spirits, family, friends. I'm asking you to stay back. Please leave the floor open for the spirits to come forward. They want to share their story with us today. Nancy, I am reaching out to you, darling, and I'm asking you to please come forward. Please let us close this chapter the right way by finding you and bringing you home to your family, to your loved ones. Help us solve this mystery, Nancy. Help us bring justice to not just you, but to your family. I'm asking that you come forward, Nancy, please. I am only inviting love, light, pure intention, positive energy. Any negative, any dark, any black, any nasty, you are not allowed. You are not allowed. You are not allowed to cause harm to myself. You are not allowed to cause harm to any of my loved ones. Again, I am only inviting positive energy, love, pure light, true intentions. Okay. So again, I'm not sure how this works, so we're learning it together, but I'm going to make sure that my volume is turned way down because I don't know how loud this gets. Okay, so volume is turned down. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the app. And I'm assuming this is how it loads up. I've never used it before, so we'll find this out together. Okay. And it says start session, tap and hold the mic to ask questions. Okay, so that is what it looks like. All right. So I guess this is more of a straightforward type of thing. Okay. I will say this, if this is the right one, I do believe that you're able to, it has a map on here, and I believe that it shares locations with you of places that are spiritual active. So we'll see. All right, so first and foremost, I want to say good morning, spirits. I hope that you will respect my request. I have to keep my voice down. We do have the fireplace going. My first question, and again, I've never used this app before, so it's a little weird for me. My first question is, and I'm going to say it out loud before I ask it with the device. Nancy, if you can hear me, love, if you have the energy to speak with me today, I'm asking you to please do so. I'm asking that you show me your story. And I'm gonna ask a question, Nancy. And I don't think this is a question I've ever asked. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Nancy, who did this to you? So I'm gonna put my thumb here. Nancy, who did this to you? So it's doing its thing. So it's almost like texting with the spiritual world, I guess. And I'm gonna tap in. I'm asking my spirit guides to guide me this morning. Show me tap in. I feel too that, and I've noticed this, it says no response detected. Okay. Alright, so let me ask this. Nancy, do you know who did this to you? So I asked it a little differently. Again, if you guys remember our last reading I did, I said that I seen like a van, like a white vehicle or like a van. To me, it looked like a van because it was going by and it was in my purview. It wasn't being shown to me directly. I find that ironic because after talking about that, and that was the first time I was ever shown that, they had discussed, I think it was 2 miles away. It came back with an answer, guys. Says yes. Okay. My question was, Nancy, do you know who did this to you? And it came back, yes. I can't make this up. Okay. Nancy, are you here with me? It's listening to my question. My question was, Nancy, are you here with me? But I didn't want to talk about the peripheral vision I was having yesterday or the day that we were up here for 2 reasons. One, it was a pass by, okay? It wasn't clear view always. Okay. Nancy, if this is truly you, what is your last name? Okay. There are reasons why I ask these questions, because we can have spirits that like to play tricks on us. So in asking certain questions that myself or the actual spiritual being would know is a test. It's a test to see if they're actually, who I need to speak with. No response detected. Okay, let's see. Nancy, what is your last name? We'll see if we get an answer. And I like this because you can stroll back up. That's nice. Okay. So the reason I wasn't speaking and talking about this, I'm getting it again. It wasn't in front, so it wasn't a frontal view. It wasn't a frontal vision. It was in my peripheral vision. So I didn't want to discuss it because I wasn't sure. After yesterday, and it was ironic because it was not too, I was flipping through the channels yesterday and I came across a video. And when I saw the video, I was like, okay, it went by really quick. No response detected. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We can ask other questions. And so was just really odd how I came across that video. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now this makes sense, because in the video it showed a vehicle just going by, and that's basically how it was within my purview. It was just a pass by. It was, okay. Nancy, the vehicle shown in a video regarding your abduction, was that the vehicle that took you away from your home that evening? Okay. So it's listening, and I'm assuming it's looking for an answer. It's looking for their answer. Alright, so I need to focus on my no. Okay. Alright. See, I'm seeing a van. That's what I see. And it could be in relation, it could not be. I'm not focusing on it because it's not showing me frontal. It's just kind of like on the side here. It could mean something, it doesn't. I'm just showing you what I'm just sharing with you what I'm being shown. But I want to ask it just to ease my mind setting. Nancy, was there a van related in your abduction on February 1st? Okay. It's really hard because I'm finding it harder to connect, because with me, with my abilities, I connect very strongly with energy and with your vibe, with your aura. So I think the reason why it's being so hard for me to connect is because her energy is just so low. It's yes. I was not expecting that as an answer. Okay. Again, I just saw like an image. It was a very quick, but it was right there. Okay. So there was a van. Okay. Let me ask this question. Nancy, was there more than one person involved in what happened to you on February 1st? I keep seeing her face. Such a sweet, sweet lady. I try very hard not to get too emotional. Sometimes their emotions will take me over, so I may get emotional, but it may not be all of my own emotions, if that makes sense. Oh Lord. Gosh. question was there more than one person involved? And she said yes. Okay. All right, I'm just going to ask. Nancy, do you know the people that took you from your home the early morning of February 1st? So yeah, like I was saying, sometimes I try not to get emotional, but if there, and I'm just gonna tell you because I know this because it has happened to me before. There are gonna be moments where I get emotional, and they're not all necessarily my own emotions. So when that happens, no. Okay. My question was, do you know the people that took you? Okay. Nancy, there was an image of a man with a mask on that morning when you were taken away from your home. Did they ever reveal themselves to you? So basically what I'm asking is, did they ever take that mask off? Did you ever see their face? If it comes back non-detected, then I will ask it again in a different way. I'm kind of liking this so far. It's more of a direct conversation. I just keep seeing her face off to the left of me, just kind of like a side view of her face. She's smiling. She looks at peace. She looks peaceful. Never. Okay, so they never revealed what they looked like to you, which would clearly go with the question that I asked above, if she knew them. Okay. Nancy, did you ever leave the Tucson, Arizona area? I know it's backwards to you, but at least you're getting somewhat of an idea. Gosh. I'm doing my mint mocha creamer this morning. It's still listening. It hasn't come back with an answer yet. I feel very, very strongly that she has not left. And I say that because when I think of Mexico, or when I think of anything beyond, no. Okay. Nancy, I just want to say thank you so much for answering my questions to the best of your ability. My question, that last question, was to her if she had ever left the area, and her answer was no. Again, I feel very strong that she's not left the Tucson, Arizona area. I feel like I don't feel like she's very far from her home. Okay, let me ask this. Nancy, are you still close to your home? I don't feel like she's left that area. I feel like again, every time I see her home or I talk about it, I'm getting this, like, they're telling me to stay in her area, but to look further back, behind. I feel like they've hovered her home too much. Okay, we have an answer. Oh, come back. And my question was, Nancy, are you still close to your home? She said yes. Okay. Nancy, are they keeping you somewhere by the mountains? Because I just keep being shown mountain scenery. And remember how I told you guys sometimes I will get images in black and white? To me, that's an indicator that that's something that's very important that I need to. That's an indicator they don't want me to forget. When I look at the mountains, they're not necessarily in black and white, but they're like in a very dark gray color. Okay, close. Okay. You're doing so good, Nancy. You're doing so good. My question was, are they keeping you somewhere by the mountains? And she said close. Nancy, thank you so much. You're doing so good, darling. Keep it up. I don't want to overwhelm her because I know she's tired. So close. Okay, could be like a cave or an underground tunnel. I'm just going to ask. Nancy, when you say close, do you mean are they keeping you somewhere near a tunnel or a cave? Okay. I don't want to overwhelm her too much, guys. I'm trying to use this more than vocally because I don't want to overwhelm her too much. It doesn't take as much energy for her to show me than it does to tell me, if that makes sense. I just keep seeing her face, just like the side view of her face. She's such a sweet soul. It's still listening and hasn't. Again, I'm just being shown like a scenery, not even a scenery, just like a side of a mountain, and it's gray. It's like dark and gray. It's not necessarily black and white, but it's dark and gray. Yes. Okay. Again, for the sake of YouTube, I have to say, not facts, my opinion. And I don't even have to ask this question because if she's coming to me like this, I know, she is no longer in the physical world. And that they need to treat this as a recovery. I'm not getting emotional. that dog is a service dog, so he may come to me and try to lick my face. Nancy, can you let me know if you have been visiting your children? Okay, shh. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna ask it. Nancy, can you let me know if you've been watching over your children? Which I'm sure she has, by no doubt. And guys, this will probably most likely be my last reading on Nancy. I will always invite her to come and chat with us when we do our spirit talk sessions, when we do our spilling the tea with the spirits. But this will probably more likely be my last reading of her. Always. Oh, Nancy. Oh, gosh. I am so sorry that this has happened to you. Hold on, guys. I gotta get a tissue or something. Hold on. She's a washcloth. Nancy, do you know why these people took you from your home on February 1st? I mean, she may or may not know. They could have been discussing things with her around. She may have overheard. No. Okay. Okay, so my question was, why does it say Nancy? Let's try this again. Nancy, do you know why you were taken from your home on the early morning of February 1st? That's better. Oh no, I'm gonna have the sniffles. And I'm out of tissues, so okay. So again, she says no. Okay. have so many questions, but I don't want to overwhelm her too much. Nancy, the morning that you were taken from your home, did you have on your watch? I'm asking this question because she was known to wear an Apple Watch. And when I was being shown things, it was only showing me a phone. Not saying that her watch wasn't there as well, but oh gosh, yes. Okay, so that explains why I did not see her Apple Watch, because she had it on. My question was, the morning that you were taken from your home, did you have on your watch? And she answered yes. That explains why I did not see the Apple Watch when I was being shown, when I was doing my reading. I think this is like my 4th one I've done on her. I don't remember. 3 or 4, maybe 5. Nancy, the night of your, well, let me ask it differently. It's gonna, I want to ask it a little different. I messed up on my question, so she's like, okay. Smart little lady. I said, Nancy, the night of your, well, let me ask it differently. She says, okay. Okay. On January 31st, when you were at your daughter's home, did your son-in-law, Tomas, drive you home that night? Why did it not? Hold on. Nancy, on the night of January 31st, did your son-in-law Tomas drive you home? There it goes. It says Thomas, but you know, we'll see if I get an answer, because it's spelled out Thomas instead of Tomas. Again, disclaimer, only nicotine. I do vape. It's just tobacco. Nicotine. Yes. Okay. Is it true that you took an Uber to your daughter's home that day? I don't want to talk too loud because it's still very early. It's 6 o'clock and people are sleeping, so I don't want to be talking too loud. I again, I don't want to ask too many questions. I'm going to put a poll up in the community tab. And if you would like me to do one last reading using the SPI app to ask more of a depth question, or maybe I will do a live. Maybe I'll come up and do a live using the SPI app. I do plan on doing lives eventually, but not right now. My life is like all over the place. I'm moving. Her answer was yes. Okay. Nancy, is it true that there were times you would help out Annie and Tomas financially? Okay, hold on. Nancy, is it true that on occasion you would help out Annie and Tomas financially? There we go. Okay. Pretty accurate questions. I mean, I don't. All I know is I need to find her, and I need to bring her home to her family. Yes. Okay. There's a rumor. I've heard it one time, and I've not heard it since, but I'm going to ask it. Nancy, is it true that you were going to be changing the beneficiaries in your will? Again, for the sake of YouTube, I have to say it. Not facts, my opinion. However, I cannot manipulate this device. Okay, I ask the questions and she gives the answers, and the answer was yes. Okay, you're doing so good. Thank you, Nancy. You're doing so good. But I want to be careful what questions I'm asking. Nancy, the early morning when you were taken from your home on February 1st, was there a struggle inside the home? No. Okay. Now, like I told you guys, I'm not 1,000% correct on everything. When I saw what I saw, there was no struggle, but she was trying to. I saw her having a conversation. I seen her asking them to please just leave, please just go. Why are you here? What do you want? You know, the questions that anyone that's yanked from their home would be asking, right? Okay. Okay, so she did say, I'm gonna go back and make sure that. You know, I asked her if there was more than one person involved. She said yes. That might be why I was seeing a knife in black and white and it wasn't showing me the gun. Because the gun was shown to everybody. Everyone who saw the video saw that the man had a gun. Maybe it was person number 2 that had the knife. Because I kept being shown a knife. The day that I saw on the news the porch, I got a vision right away of a knife. I don't know why, but that was what I was shown. I know there was clearly a gun. I saw it just like everybody else did, but I was being shown a knife. I don't know why. It could be related or not any relevance at all, but it was in black and white, and usually black and white are images they don't want me to forget, that are made that way to stand out to me. I'm just going to ask. I mean, again, I could be wrong, but I'm just going to ask. Nancy, the night that you were taken from your home on February 1st, was there a knife involved? Again, I could be wrong, but that is what I saw. The moment I saw those blood droplets, I saw a knife, and it was in black and white. I swear on everything holy to me that is what I saw. Yes. I don't know how else to, I can't make this up. Okay. Thank you, Nancy. You're doing so good. You're doing so good, darling. Nancy, by any chance, do you know how far away from your home you are located right now? Okay. It's just, you can't make this stuff up. You know, we are energy. We are made of energy. Our device is energy. And that is, you know, it's these apps. I read on this app, and it's a really good app. I'm loving the way it's working so far. And I mean, it works with the atmosphere, it works with energy. And when you're a psychic empath, you hold a lot of energy because you are absorbing everything around you. You are absorbing people's energy. She says no. Okay. Okay, that's okay, honey. That's okay. That is absolutely perfectly okay. what was that one I asked her about? What was it? The caves or what did I ask her? I like that I can go back and look at this. I really do. Okay, I asked her if she was close, or do you mean okay. Oh, I asked her if are they keeping you somewhere near a tunnel or a cave? She said yes. Okay. I want to ask this question, but I'm not quite sure how to ask it. They were talking about how it's called a sniffer. Nancy had a pacemaker, and even after someone is no longer in the physical world, the pacemaker continues to work. And they have this thing called sniffer, and it's a device where they can pick up an address, because every pacemaker has an ID, an address number, or identification. And the sniffer is programmed to only pick up that number. And they were trying to use it to find her. But they were also saying that if it is under something that it can't penetrate, it's not going to find it. If they have her in a tunnel or in a cave, she's under, they're not going to find it. So I want to ask her, but I don't know if she would. I'm not quite sure how to ask it. I did say tunnel or cave, and she said yes. So I'm not quite sure how to even ask that question. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it here for now, guys. I'm just going to sign off to her and tell her thank you. But I think I'm going to leave it here. I have a lot more questions, but I think she's verified a lot of things that I saw. And maybe we'll do another one. I did say this was going to probably be my last reading on her, but maybe we'll do one more. But I need to rest my brain, and I don't want to overwhelm her too much. So, okay. Nancy, I just want to say thank you so much for communicating with me this morning. And I promise you, honey, we are going to bring you home to your family. And we are not going to stop until we do. Okay. Forever grateful. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. And we're going to close the session. Now I know it does have a file folder. I want to see. Oh, it does. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, okay. That is amazing. So I will be putting up screenshots. In fact, I'm going to do that the minute I sign off here. I will be putting up screenshots in the community tab with our conversation that we had this morning with Nancy. Oh, that is awesome. Oh, that is so awesome. Okay. All right. With that being said, guys, it's amazing. I'm liking it so far. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Let me know what you think about it's called the SPI app, SPI, and I liked it. I have to say I liked it. But like I said, I will be putting up the screenshots of this conversation that we had this morning. With that being said, spirits, I am ending this conversation. The floor is no longer open. You have to go. You cannot stay. You cannot linger. Thank you, Nancy, for coming forth and speaking with me this morning. Thank you for clearing up some questions that we've had. Thank you for clearing up some visions that I've seen. All right, guys. For you all, I wish you love, light, a positive day, and lots of joy and love. And with that being said, we're going to go. And I will talk to you all very soon. But until then, ciao for now.